What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. On the screen, you'll see all of my socials. If you can make sure that you can give those a follow for me. So with the YouTube, please make sure that you're subscribed, that you've got your notifications turned on. You're commenting, you're sharing, you're hyping the video, all of that good stuff. And if you are listening on audio as well, if you could make sure that you're giving that a like rating for me as well. So you'll see it on Spotify. You'll also see it on Apple Podcasts as well. There's also my X account that's on there, and also my my Instagram account that's on there as well. My Instagram's slightly different. That's a bit more of a personal look into me. So my training, all of that kind of stuff, the other little bits and pieces that I do. So if that kind of thing interests you, then please, by all means, come over and give it a bit of a watch. Yeah, so let's get into it. Today's video is obviously the review, the big game review, the big FA Cup game review. We have beaten Norwich 3-0. We are now through to the quarterfinals. We're in that hat. So just please give us a nice home tie against either Port Vale or Southampton, or, you know, maybe even Chelsea as well. We'll have to wait and see. But really, really good to get through to the next round. It's the first time in, 23 years that we've gotten into the quarterfinals of an FA Cup game. Just pleased. I'm happy for the boys. I'm happy that this this game was what I would term as being a decent tonic for everybody after the last sort of game week, if you like, in terms of losing games and that little, you know, the just it all getting a little bit closer and a little bit tight for everybody, and people sort of slightly worrying about everything. So it's really, really good for that for this game in particular to be a bit of a distraction's the wrong kind of word, but to allow us to put in a different type of performance and play a little bit better. I think that overall we didn't really have to get out of second gear. That's no slight on Norwich whatsoever at all. We just didn't have to get out of second gear. I think if you're going to highlight it and look at it in terms of the game overall, it took us a little while to get going, but once we got into there were 9 changes as well, so it's to be expected. Took us a little while to get going, but once we did get into our groove, everybody kind of knew what the right thing to do was and how to go about doing it and how to play and how to put the best foot forward. And we picked up the pace a little bit. And once we start to pick up the pace, we always say the same thing. If we play with speed and we play with aggression, we're always better than what we are sitting off. First half wise, obviously went as how you would like it to go. Second half, it took us a little while to get going. It probably took us, we have this weird thing, and I don't know if it's just a preset that we have, but just sitting off teams for some bizarre reason. We needed fresh legs, in my opinion. They came, they made the difference. So, you know, all good. The highlights that I take away from the game overall is that Nonto, James and Longstaff really, really put their case forward for themselves in terms of having more minutes overall. Tanaka was fine, if a little bit unspectacular. I don't want to be too harsh on the guy. Goodmanson, brilliant game. I just remember it just being just him on the left-hand side, getting forward all the time. Nonto did a really good job of creating space for him as well. So Goodmanson is just a phenomenally good player, and the fact that we've got him for the price that we have is still ridiculous. Biol is our best centre-back, so if we're going to persevere with the 3 at the back, it needs to be the combined 3 of Biol, Rodon and Struijk. For me, that's just the way that it needs to be overall. We just look so much more calm and assured when he's there. He sweeps up so much and does, you know, so much good with the ball overall. Nemecha can hold the ball up. Who knew? Who knew that Nemecha could hold the ball up? But it was really, really good to see Nonto and James really getting into the game as well. Pirro did okay. Unspectacular, but linked the play really well in the first half and then came alive for like the last 20 minutes of the game and really started to put his stamp overall on the game itself. So pleased for him and getting his goal overall. But what I'll do, I'll go through the players one by one and just have a little conversation in it as to how I kind of felt overall. I mean, Perry was absolutely fine. His distribution was good. I thought dealt with everything that was sent over to him. I know Norwich didn't really offer too much, but he, for me, dealt with everything absolutely fine. Goodmanson was my man of the match. I just thought he was absolutely brilliant the entire game. Closely followed by Nemecha, but I'll get to Nemecha in a second. through pretty solid. You know he's going to be reliable. I was surprised to see him start, but you know he's going to be reliable when he's brought into the squad whenever he plays. He's captain and he leads by example. Biel, absolutely solid, played some lovely balls as well. He's good at mopping up defenders. He's good at nullifying the threat of the opposing team. And, like I normally say, he has to start. He's one of our best central defenders. Bornau, weird one. Bornau was fine, but then got pulled at half-time. So make of that one what you will. Longstaff, absolutely brilliant. Really, really pleased for Longstaff. Got into the game well. He's got that energy, that pace, that power to get you forward. His finish, by the way, was absolutely brilliant. The ball comes back from Gabby. Everybody thought that Gabby had overplayed it and it was going to go out, but he kind of spoons it up's the wrong word, but kind of chips it, does this low chip. And Longstaff controls it with his left foot, spins to his left. Whilst he's still spinning, the ball's up and then comes down and just volleys it with his right foot into the bottom corner. And I can't stress how good that finish was overall. It was just a lovely, lovely, lovely finish. So that's a Goodmanson assist. Also, I didn't mention it, but Goodmanson's goal, really pleased for him. That's his first goal. Looks like he's celebrating a new arrival or a potential new arrival. So congratulations to him. That's really, really good news. His goal was good. He was there as the ball's played across from James. It pings a little bit, but he's there just to sweep it home. So just a really, really good move. Excuse me. It's nice to see that when we play with that old style formation that we were used to playing with in the Championship, the 4-2-3-1, it worked really, really well. So, I'm pleased with the way that worked. Tanaka, like I said, he was unspectacular, but was absolutely fine. I've got no issues with him at all. He was a bit pissed off, I think, to be substituted, which I have no issue with players doing that. That's not a problem as far as I'm concerned. I'd rather than be pissed off than just be absolutely happy with it. So no problems with that. I thought Nonto was very, very good. He was very quick. He was very incisive. He was cutting in really well, creating lots of space for Goodmanson to just keep ripping down the left-hand side. Played his part really well. The goal that was chalked off for Nemecha, a lot of people are complaining about that. If I explain it, the difference between the two goals for the one at Chelsea, because a lot of people use that as an example. The goal at Chelsea, the reason why it wasn't chalked off was because it was an accidental handball, but there was another phase before the ball goes in. So it comes off Bogle. Bogle's playing around with it in that half, and it's either Nemecha or DCL that then passes it through to Okafor for Okafor to score. This one, the way that you need to look at it is that the ball comes off of Nonto's arm. It probably is a handball, but I would argue that it's accidental. It comes off of Nonto's arm, and then the next move or the next touch is Nemecha putting the ball into the goal. So it's immediately after that touch. That's why the goal was ruled as being a disallowed goal. So the difference between the two is there was another phase of play between the Bogle handball and the ball going in the back of the net. Whereas with this one, there was no additional phase of play. It was all within the same phase of play. Hopefully it's stupid and it's annoying. 100% agree with that. But hopefully that makes a little bit of sense for people, because I was a bit perturbed at it, but then when you look at it, you kind of go, well, yeah, by the letter of the law, it should have been. We should have had a penalty. The ball's being played back to Nemecha, and Nemecha gets a shove in the back all day long. It's a penalty. I mean, we don't even know what a penalty is anymore, or for stuff to be checked by VAR. It's just it useless, absolutely useless. But that's a conversation for another day. Pirro, as I said, I thought he linked play fine. You've got to remember he was playing in that number 10 role, if you like, which we all know isn't his best role. It's more that false 9 role for him. But he was linking play okay, he was getting involved, but it wasn't until the second half when he really came into his own, save for the last sort of 20 minutes. He was a bit more direct with the ball. He was moving forward a little bit more with the ball. His goal, by the way, was stunning. Really, really good break. So Stack gets the ball, does a really good break between two Norwich players, and then just powers his way through. He's got players running left and right. plays it into Mecha, does a very good job of, Nonto takes a player with him, another player takes another player with him, which gives Mecha some room. Mecha plays the ball to Perot. Perot doesn't even look up. He just hits it first time with his left foot, and he couldn't have got it any more into the corner if he'd actually tried. And absolutely, for me, stunning goal by Perot, and I'm really, really pleased for him as well, because that should, hopefully, fingers crossed, do his confidence a lot of good. And you have to say, Perot's positioning for the goal, his movement for the goal was he did a very good job of moving and coming back and coming forward. He's a very intelligent player, if somewhat languid at times, but he's a very, very intelligent player. And it's just a shame that we've not been able to see the best of him so far this season. And then you got Dan James. Dan James, for me, was brilliant. Really, really good. That pace, that directness, the getting the crosses in. The crosses were getting better as the game kind of went on. Again, it took him a little while to get into the game. There was an absolute plethora of changes, but his crosses, everything was good. His pace, his tenacity, it's what we really like to see. And Mecha, for me, had a really, really good game. He held the ball up really, really well. Was playing, was spinning off, was running with the ball, was laying the ball off, was doing everything that you wanted him to do. The only thing he didn't get was his goal. And he would have had a goal had he not been pushed over. But again, we're talking about referees being absolutely garbage. For the third week running, and I'm getting sick of referees stealing the show, in all honesty. That's not what I want to be sat here talking about. It's not what I want to be sat here having a conversation with everybody about it again. Is about referees stealing the show. Just annoying. Not a very good referee, but again, we move. From the substitutes point of view, we had, let me see, Bogle came on. I thought Bogle was absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with the way that he played at all. Strout came on. Again, no issues with Strout. Thought Strout played really, really well. Stack was great. He's always good. He is levels. He's rated as the number 10 best player in the Premier League this season so far. And a couple of people have said, is he actually that good? And my advice to anybody is just focus on him during a game for about 10 or 15 minutes. Just really pay attention to what he's doing, and you'll see how good he is. Bar the free kicks and the corners and everything like that goes with it. Just pay attention to what he's doing, and you'll see how good he is. The fact that we got him for the price that we got him at still amazes me to this day. James Justin, again, just Mr. Reliable. He's always Mr. Reliable. Is absolutely brilliant. Byram came on as well, the lesser-known Byram. Was absolutely fine. No issues with Byram either as well. Then there is the bigger question, if you like, of the lesser-known Boanorte, who was longingly looking at the bench because he wanted to get on. It's a bit of a weird one, this loan signing, and whether or not he's actually going to get any game time or not, I'm not sure. I don't know if he's done something to annoy anybody, or if he's done something that just isn't right, or he's not showing it properly in training. I couldn't possibly put my finger on it as to why. I think had we got him in the summer, we'd be seeing the best of Boanorte this season. 100%. I think there is an issue with that he'd gone to Chelsea. I don't think he's as fit as what we need him to be. It is just one of those things. But look, that's one of the very, very few negatives of the game for me. I felt we played very, very well. It took us a little while to get out of and really put a better performance on in the first half, and also the second half as well. Like I said, that habit of sitting back, it annoys me. We need to keep at it. And keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. But I'll give them a little bit of grace because it was 9 changes overall, plus other players coming in as substitutes that were doing different things overall. So we get into the next round. That's the main thing. We're in a quarterfinals for the first time in 23, 25 years, which is absolutely brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I thought overall we did enough without having to get out of second gear. Hopefully what this does for the entire team is just give a little bit of confidence back, give a little bit of pleasure back overall, just to relieve that tension and that pressure. The FA Cup's a really good distraction, but what it does as well is it gives some of these players that might have been looking a bit languid, a bit tired, a bit of time to rest and recuperate overall. So, you can't be anything other than pleased. That's what we need to be. You know, I'm not getting too ahead of myself. I think it was a professional performance. Nothing wrong. We scored 3 goals. Perry keeps a clean sheet. I know he wasn't tested too much, but anything that he was tested to do, he was absolutely fine at. His distribution was good as well today. So, yeah, overall, I'm satisfied. We're into the next round. We can officially call it a cup run now, which is a good thing. And, yeah, roll on Crystal Palace, because that's the next game, and we need to be up for it, and we need to be ready to do what we need to do in the game against Crystal Palace. It's going to do it for this one, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please click the like button, comment on the video, hype the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure your notifications are turned on, make sure that you are liking the audio as well if you're listening to the audio. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. I've got a couple of video ideas this week that I'm going to try and do, just some little bit different, if you like. Take care of each other. Most importantly, please take care of yourself. I will see you on the next one. Much love and thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Cheers.